Okay, we're recording, and we are live streaming, so now we just need to turn on the mic.
Does that look right?
Yeah.
I would just double check your mic on the bottom left there if you wanna do audio up. Just to make sure it's capturing.
Hello, hello.
Do this. Or one up
Oh,
from audio
testing.
setting. Yeah, come up with better music. There you go. All right. Thank you.
So the meeting will come to order this morning. Thank you, coming to this version of February version of Lakewood Technical Service Commission meeting. It's today, but I know amongst, of course, myself, Commissioner Larry Woods, Commissioner Ian Gissam, Commissioner Gail Selvin, City Attorney Heidi Walker, Founder, our HR manager, Cole Anderson, and our analyst, Alexia McCullough. And Sergeant Tim Borchard. And Rick Barner. He's here with us this morning, as well as our city manager, Doug Russell.
Yeah, just entering a public comment. Here with Lisa Fortson, who will be stepping into the role from Commissioner Eileen Masson, who has generously agreed to continue serving. We've found a replacement for last month in this month, but this will be Eileen's last official meeting. So thank you very much and welcome Lisa Fortson.
Thank you. Well, thank you. Well, welcome Lisa, of course, and thank you of course for this whole city. You guys have taught me a lot, still learning. So right now we'll go ahead and open up with don't have anything with public comments. We're going to our approval of the minutes from the January 16th meeting.
So moved to accept. Second.
So it's been moved and seconded for us to accept the minutes from the last meeting, January 16th. All those in approve, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's no. This point, we have our unfinished business. Last meeting, and that was an appeal hearing, disqualified applicant reference. Previous Civil Service Commission agenda packet from January 16th, which included the appellant's submitted documents. I think this point will go on.
Go to executive session.
Yeah, and the executive session is to evaluate the qualifications of an applicant for public employment. And that's pursuant to RCW 4230-110 sub G. How long would you like to be in session?
8 minutes, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Why don't we go with a nice round 10?
10 minutes.
So the time right now is 9:39. We'll come back at 9:49 to either resume the meeting or extend.
Do we need to, oh, I second, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, just like we get her. So, it's, thank you so much.
Yes, please, thank you so much. Okay, we are back.
So, coming back from our executive session, they're ready to move forward. This office.
So, yeah, we're ready to,
Then what you need is a motion.
yeah, motion for discipline.
If that's what the intent is, then you would move to disqualify. And if it gets a second, then you go.
Because we
I
have
realize this has
disqualified
been
this,
going on for a bit.
yeah, we have disqualified this applicant already. Uphold the
Oh,
disqualification.
Oh, that's right, this is the appeal, okay. So, what you want to do is you say that, what you consider and have a motion about whether or not to grant the appeal.
So after consideration of the appeal. What I'm hired out for. Move forward with next step, which is to. Move forward with. Specifically. So.
There are I put forward a motion that. We have this process of appeal.
It would be a denial or
Denial.
a hold.
The denial will keep.
And that would mean that he remains disqualified.
Second.
Second. We like to file with the appeal, all to.
Aye.
Opposed, none, abstained. It's been removed. It's been denied.
Yeah,
I believe in information that said that a letter would be written to, is that done by the department or the commission?
that it will be prepared for you and it would be signed off by the chair of the civil service board.
Okay.
And that would be considered a final determination by the civil service board, which means if he chooses to take it to some further place, he's completed his administrative avenues here at the city, which is a requirement before he can use it.
All right, on to the next part of our new business. Removal of names. Entry level. Officer eligibility list.
I move that we go to executive session. How many candidates do we have to do?
5.
Or is it 10 minutes?
Okay, this is an executive session pursuant to RCW 4230-110 sub G to evaluate qualifications of applicants to public employment.
Second that.
The move and second. All in favor, say aye.
It's 9:52, so we'll come back at 10. This is not gonna be one of your record breaking fast.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's all right.
Yes, I move to remove Julian Camacho from the level of service. Second.
Second. Pacho, all those in favor say aye.
I vote to remove Joshua Cofield from the entry level. Second.
Move the second to Joshua Copeland. All those in favor say aye.
I vote to remove Nolan Fritz from the entry level police officer. Second.
Move the second to remove Nolan Fritz. All those in favor say aye.
I vote to remove Kyle Gunderson from the entry level police officer. Second.
Then move the second to remove Kyle Gunderson on this list. All those in favor say aye.
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 I move to remove Cindy Wong from the entry level police officer. I'll spell her last name N-G. Seconded.
We move the second to remove Cindy Wong from the list. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, opposed. And it's certification, we're moving on to the certification of the entry level police officer eligibility list. Certification. Sorry. any question?
Yeah, just reviewing, you have with us.
Yes. Oh,
Okay, so on the old, on the okay, and then there were some withdrawals that. So that's the, yeah, that's the. Updated,
Oh.
26.
Yes.
That's not right.
We got to the right.
Yes.
Sorry.
Clarification, that's all right. Right, of course, we have these listed there through the self-eligibility list.
So moved to accept the list. Second.
Moved and seconded that we accept the list of the entry level self-eligibility list. Who last?
34.
34. What's it? So then move the second, all the favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh. And, that our.
Some updates and some data to share back. So as far as the personnel movement in the department, they had a screening process for assistant chief candidates. So they're planning like final interviews for 5 months for assistant chief, so that is in forward. The chief has announced some appointments or promotions for captains, so we have 2 individuals promoted off of the register. Jessica Fitzgerald, Jeff Inger. And then towards the end of the month, that creates 2 sergeant positions that will be into promotions officers. So things are moving up. Folks are stepping into new leadership roles, so that's always exciting to see. Off of these entry level liable registers, we are down to 4 openings, and that means authorized over hires or projected retirements and vacancies. So we are keeping up pretty well as far as like the staffing and involvement. So registers are helpful within that. Any questions on any of the promotion stuff before I get into? Some demographic of the boards. It's 2-sided. So we talked a little bit last month about projected retirements, the kind of average tenure and age of department staff to kind of visualize where we are now, where we might be down the road, 5, 10 years. So the first page, we just recently compiled our demographic data for the whole city, so I was able to just pull out, the police department. So the first page is really a racial snapshot of the police department in 2025, the police department in 2024, and how it compares to community of the city of Lakewood, as well as the organization as a whole. So it's super tiny. I'm happy to distribute this electronically, so after the meeting, so people can expand it as they desire to see more closely. But the percentages of all the different kind of demographic racial categories are included underneath the graphs. On the back page, we have gender at the orange and blue categories. So we have the police department in 2024 and 2025, and then the all data is going to be how it compares to city of location of the whole. So percentages are included there as well. And below that, we have demographics by age and by years of service within the community. So what we described, kind of verbally last month was kind of a barbell effect, is where you have a really significant chunk that have, introductory to the department, a really significant chunk that are very tenured in the department, and then in between fit. So 63% of the employees in the community are over 40 years old. And 33% of them, 33% of the employees are 0 to 5 years of service. 28% are currently 20 plus years of service. So that leaves, in between of 6 to 19 years of service, that kind of like mid-career place, we got 39% of our employees that can fall in that place. And it's really, allows you to retire. Most people are retiring in mid-50s, so does mean that kind of in the middle, we've had less hired, a really significant chunk that are 0 to 5 years, at 33%. So it is fairly predictable that, with 28% of 20 plus years of service, we're going to see lots of years of multiple retirements. And, we've mentioned we're in collective bargaining, so trying to work with the unions of ways to retain employees that are have been to their place. So a lot of them are being promoted, so there's a lot of opportunity, but still.
For years of service, so when you get a lateral, is there prior service included in you came up with 30 years of service, or is it just with the labor?
I believe I understand the question. So if they are coming in as a previous law enforcement commissioned officer, they do get credit as far as where they're placed in the compensation. They don't get like more seniority.
Yeah, more in terms of their in terms of service. If they had 3 years on Tacoma and here, would they be in 3+ years instead of it's going up?
And so in the data, they are only going to show up as their tag date with our post date. Yeah. So that's where maybe the age demographic is helpful to kind of overlay with, yeah. So as far as like trying to incentivize, we do try and keep them in a fair place in compensation, but as far as our like HRIS system and how we're calculating years of service, since they're not having adjusted seniority or what relevant commission experience only within the department, that data is only going to skew with their time. So even a lateral that, is maybe showing the 0 to 6 months column, they might be a 5-year officer. They might be something good. So that's where the age demographic helps them to overlay to describe. You know,
And
maybe
you
more
want
accurately.
mid-50s is retirement for.
Yeah. 55 is about it.
I think they're eligible at 52, or 53, okay. But that's a lot of time to figure out. So,
Yeah, well, one of the reasons I asked that question, was to see what to do, who come against the large, like I said, the bar. So, the idea of getting the top of experience of that affects the citizens of how to. Those kind of I asked, appreciate it.
Fantastic.
well, it was timely, I was able to like pull it out of a larger report, you know, fairly quickly, so. It was,
Often is this kind of thing.
it is quarterly,
Do this quarterly?
yeah.
Okay, so you can ask them, but what's over.
Yeah, if you want, we can do this again, on whatever interval you'd like. And continue to build out the bars to compare over time, how things have changed. I do know, you know, to address kind of the barbell and for a lot of other reasons, the chief's philosophy is really to prioritize hiring off the lateral register over the entry level register to kind of fill in the middle there.
That's
Get
what I thought my
experience,
next
and
question.
then, you know, they also are able to step into the role and do the job faster because they have to go through. So there's cost savings and operational benefits as well as meeting the demographic needs and gaps.
Thank you. Again, I think that's a smart move in the sense of not just having the information, but when you to try to. Take that off of the screen. Or work on it, on any of this as well.
I would like to thank Eileen for serving for so many years. Oh, to get in that. Wonderful work. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's been a great opportunity. It's good for getting what's going on in the department and within. It's always nice to see fresh face come in and be able to get that experience and work out the project and bring that into.
Anything else? Where's the one? Thank you. Everybody. Good.
Thank you.
Welcome.